Hey, this is Kerry from Slayer. Happy anniversary to FullMetalRock.com.
It's Patrick with FullMetalRock.com. Pleasure speaking to one and only Kerry fucking King. How you doing, brother?
Killing. My phone's talking too.
Oh shit. Hello.
Shut that shit down.
So far, man. Tom's back from the surgery. How's everything going with that?
Tom's fine. He's not headbanging anymore, but he's fine. I mean, his voice is perfect.
No problems
That's all
with
he needs to do.
That's the thing, huh? So the big four shows I did, the big four overseas, how that came out?
How'd they come
Killer?
out?
Yeah, pretty killer shows. Or
They were all. I mean, I got to see more than I thought I would see because our travel schedule's so fucked up when we go over to Europe. But I got to see Metallica like 3-4 times out of the 7 shows, I think. And it was a blast, man. I just wish we can get it happening over here. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody's trying to make that happen. So
yeah.
just a matter of time getting everybody, you know, with the same window of free time.
Yeah. How's touring with Megadeth? It's been years and years since y'all actually toured together.
I'd never see those guys, man. Because usually by the time we're done playing, they're gone. So I might see a couple that, you know, in catering for dinner or something. But I'd never see those guys.
Was no more bad blood between you and Dave? Years back had something going on?
Not at the moment.
And all good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 30 years so far Slayer's been around. You ever thought that would last that long? Or
when you're a kid, you're probably not thinking more than a couple years down the line, you know. We're lucky enough to be a band that people latched onto, and it's cool for, you know, fathers or older brothers or older siblings to turn their younger siblings or you know, offspring onto it, and not feel like they got to be, you know, into something else because their parents are into something. This kind of music, you know, it was in one of the videos we did. There was some younger kid talking about listening to Slayer with his parents. I just thought that was the weirdest thing, but you know, it kind of makes sense because it's multi-generation.
in my eyes, thrash metal's kind of on the upswing. It's been coming back with a lot of the older bands like Testament and all them kind of hitting the limelight again. A lot of newer bands kind of in the scene. You think it's on the way back up?
It's hard to say because I haven't heard a lot of the new bands. I mean, some people say bands like Municipal Waste. I think they're more like a DRI kind of band, you know, kind of in crossover transition. I got the Bonded by Blood disc from those kids. They were opening for Exodus of all things when I was home. I haven't heard that yet, but it's supposed to be good. And you know, as far as you know what we're doing, you know, bands like Testament did the first leg of this tour, and I went out and watched them every night because they were just killing it. Chuck Billy sounds phenomenal, and I wish it could have worked out where they could have been on this and Anthrax, you know, just everybody.
5 days. Do you think that's kind of the way it's turning to, as far as here with the economy sucking, having more big bands on a bigger package, more bang for the buck?
I don't know. I think in more kinds of music, yeah, but I think the metal fans would come anyway because if it was only us and an opener, not Megadeth or Anthrax, people would still come. Yeah. It'd be a cheaper ticket, you know, so you can make it affordable. You know, we don't carry around gigantic shows that, you know, the ticket price has to pay for. So, you know, I think for our kind of music, I mean, I think it would be the same if Megadeth played with an opener too. You know, people would come.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, metal's a brotherhood kind of thing, and I think there's a camaraderie between the band and the fans.
Seasons of Abyss, playing this whole album, I guess this whole entirety, any things you changing up? Or anything you're noticing that you did do before that you could do now?
I had to learn it. We'd never played Temptation live until we started doing this album, and you know, just going back. Luckily, there was a music book that I contributed to. My guitar teacher at the time, I gave him all the riffs, so I know the riffs are perfect in that book. So if I'm ever like, man, what the hell did I play there? I could just, you know, if I get frustrated, look in the book and know exactly what I played.
Anything that's hard to figure out in your solos, kind of hard to figure out what you did?
I have kind of a loose style anyway, you know, and if I make something up, I might make a guideline as to a scale I might be on, you know, and rather than try to play it note for note, I'd probably just concentrate more on being in that scale.
Laying it in.
And there's stuff like that are no scales or just archaic, you know, whammy bar leads, and those are just fun to go with, for sure.
Hell yeah. And I got one of Dimebag's original guitars. You have in your possession one of his personal guitars. You ever play it anytime?
On tour?
Not on tour, but like at home.
I don't have it. They just brought it to the studio.
Oh, okay.
His old girl Rita brought it down for inspiration, for Dime inspiration.
Did it work out?
I never played it. I mean, I never played it on the record because I was trying to save something for the end to play something, and then I couldn't. Rita wasn't there that day, and I didn't know if those were like the same strings Dime had, and I wanted to change them, and I would have had to change my entire rig setup to work with his guitar. So I just said, it was cool having it here, and that's fine.
Cool. And on your new album, you have a lot of more leads. You took more leads on this album than previous records.
Did I?
I find more.
Good.
Did you notice any difference style wise?
No, I've been of the opinion that since Dime died, seems like we're talking about Dime a lot, but he's a big friend of mine, and like starting with Christ Illusion, I never would try to replace Dime because he's irreplaceable, but since no one's ever going to hear the great stuff he comes up with anymore, I try to pay more attention to my leads and make them more entertaining and more sing-alongable, like I'm one of those guys that, I'll be listening to Priest like I did when I was 16, and I'll just hum the leads, just as I'm fucking rocking out to the song, and trying to just,
make something memorable.
Yeah, make something memorable. That's well put. A buddy of mine from Marshall told me that on Christ Illusion, so I guess it worked.
Oh, yeah. And your Carpet Pythons, how they doing?
Killer, man. This year I produced the third of its kind in the world, the only one on this continent, so I'm good at what I do. Whether it's guitar or reptiles, I gotta be good.
Now you're pretty big in I guess the herb field with breeding. The yellow carpet pythons, you that's your breed, that's your strain, I guess you bred, or that's
which one?
The yellow carpet pythons.
The completely yellow one?
Yeah.
The patternless yellow one?
Yeah.
That's the third one.
That's okay. That's yours.
Well, I didn't originate it, but I got the only one in this hemisphere.
It's pretty valuable.
Actually, no, it's not this hemisphere. I lied. I got the only one outside of Germany.
God damn. So it's how many snakes you have now?
Too many, because I got most of my 09 and 2010 babies. I probably got like 175, 200 to sell.
Shit. And who takes care of all that when you're not on tour?
On just before American Carnage, I took on my first employee who I've known since my first time in the business when I dealt with his dad. So it's an old family friend who's better than me, and he's like a snake whisperer, man. He's awesome. And used to be any time I got near home on a day off, I'd fly home, check up on stuff. Now it's just like, man, I'm paying him to do it, and I know he's doing well.
Yeah, he's got him. You still have the little labels. The snake will bite your fucking face off.
That was more for my wife. If she pulls anything out, I don't want this thing lunging out at her. And for me too, man, because if I'm with that one, I'll get a hook and I'll just like peek in there before I get my nose too close to it.
You have any mean ones in there? Any mean ones? They all have temperamental. Any ones that?
Oh, absolutely. That one,
pissy?
The one, like one says I hate people, one says I will eat your face. Yeah, those are not happy.
The ones not to fuck with.
Yeah, man, I'm just pissed off.
Any new guitars coming out?
I guess it was last year sometime they brought out the Beast Bee.
Yeah.
And I still haven't gotten the graphics where I want them, so I'm just playing the plain red one. But as soon as I get the tribal graphics happening, like I got the bottom part, I just haven't got the horns figured out yet. Once I get the horns figured out, then there will be, tribal Beast Bees out. When we did World Painted Blood, I just got a new 7-string that's got a really sick, it's like a trans black paint job with black tribal on top of it. I got a V coming like that too, because I play Vs more often. I rarely play 7s. I haven't played 7s on the tour since we did that record, so.
Any advice for the guitars? Besides from play your fucking ass off?
Yeah, pretty much, man. If you're not playing something you like, you're not going to be convicted in it. So, you got to pick up things you like, and you got to excel at what you do.
Cool. Any last words for you fans, maybe listening?
Metal!